introducing the best of class for our divisions. We have 10 of them. And so our first classification is jewelry. The 2022 winner goes to Ernest Benali of the Navajo Nation in Maine. With his jewel belt entitled Turtle Family, handmade and stamped to a bezel, with 12 turtle pieces made with natural stones and shells. Ernest, could you please come up here? So we've asked the artists to come up and just give a brief description of their art, and so Ernest, congratulations.
Wow, this is exciting. When she said 30,000, I got nervous. Hello, everyone. Yesterday, I got a call from Catherine, and she really surprised me. I thought it was one of those calls telling me that my warranty on my car was going to expire. She surprised me when she told me that she was with the Santa Fe Indian Market, and that my belt had placed best in class. So she wanted me to come up here and take part of the luncheon and award ceremony. So it's exciting. You know, with my belt, I always wanted to do a turtle belt. You know, something that, you know, is not affiliated with my Diné tribe, you know, but there's some other indigenous tribes who have the turtle clan, or a symbolic of the long life that the turtle has, which, you know, I like too, because I like to have a long life too. And I started the belt this year in March, and I just got done this past week. Let me see, I think it was on a Monday when I got done. And then the entry was on Wednesday, so I made it here. So I spent like 6 months with that belt. And the turtles, I have different stones from all over the world, Italy, into that belt. There's about 18 different stones that I accumulated through the years. Some of it sat in my file cabinet for about 10, 15 years. And I finally brought it out, and it's all into that belt. And it came out to be some really nice stones. When I get them, sometimes I don't want to use them because it doesn't look that great. I'm looking at the outside of the material. But after you slice it and cut it and polish it, and it comes out really beautiful. But I'm grateful to have won the best in best in class ribbons. So yeah, that's about all I got here to say about that. Thank you.
Asked me if you have your cell phones on, if you could put them on silence, that would be really great. So, our second classification is pottery. And the 2022 winner is Russell Sanchez. It's been painted 100 years in the making, and he's coming up, so I'm not going to go into it because he's going to do a much better job of describing it.
Morning all. I just want to say thank you again, and thanks to SWAIA. A great event. We want to continue with this event, so it's all up to us in this room to continue to help with fundraising, to make sure it continues and gets even better. But this pot, I call it 100 years in the making. It has to do with a lot of the polychrome styles that were produced for the first market. It's just carrying it up. It's like a footprints from the past leading to the now. So it's an updated version of something that was produced 100 years ago with my techniques, my styles, my innovation. There's over 400 stones that are inlaid in this with different types. So again, I'm just keeping it brief. Thank you again. Thanks to SWAIA for doing a great job. And thanks to all of you for supporting us.
The third classification is painting, drawing, graphics, and photography. The 2022 winner is Kara Romero.
Likewise, Hagarayo, Kara Romero Niega. I'm so thankful to be here. I'm from Chimoibi and I live here in Santa Fe, and I just wanted to acknowledge the 100-year centennial of SWAIA and all of the artists, and especially the Pueblo people of this land, for beginning something that is life-changing for so many of us from across Turtle Island. I'm so excited to present my piece. It's called Zenith. It was entered into the category of digitally altered primary sources. I'm a photographer and studied photography for 6 years, both at the Institute of American Indian Arts, the University of Houston, and Oklahoma State University. All of that to say that my style is a blend of all of those things, from analog film and silver gelatin and doing everything in the camera the old-fashioned way, to 2.5 years of learning photo illustration and digital manipulation to create a way of telling stories that bring an otherworldliness to my photographs, which help to tell stories of mythos and the supernatural in everyday life, and a little bit of my own sense of being as a modern Native woman. This piece was made in response to Indigenous Futurism. I'm part of the Illuminative show that's partnered with SWAIA this weekend, and have been having a lot of fun this last year making pieces in the genre of Indigenous Futurism. A lot of my pieces are not working in this idea of post-apocalypse. We've already been through apocalypse as Native people, but instead in a future of hope. And in a future of hope, we will take our heirloom foodways and our precious white corn and all the precious things with us. And so this piece has a sense of fun, of fantasy, of hope for the future, that as we move into the future, we will always take our precious things, our traditional ecological knowledge, and care for Mother Earth and our climate as we move forward as Native peoples. This piece was made mostly in camera in those old-fashioned techniques. We tied up all of the white corn that's from our cousin's house at Cochiti with fishing line, and that is George Alexander in the piece in his high-altitude helmet, his signature high-altitude helmet. And we're just having fun in the studio. There's a couple of strobe lights on the piece. And then in photo illustration, I take out all the fishing lines, and it takes me about 4 days to stitch out the fishing lines. So everything is there, but it's a little otherworldly, and then the star file is placed behind so that he looks like he's in an energy field of corn, maybe out in outer space in a wonderful future. Thank you so much.
Our fourth classification is wooden Pueblo figurative carving and sculpture. And the 2022 winner is Manuel Shadrach.
Good morning, my name is Manuel Shadrach. I'm Hopi from First Mesa. My village is Sitsomobi. My piece is I just kind of thought of the name. I was going over different names, but I was calling it Lifeways because it has two figures in it, and the larger one is an older figure, and obviously then the smaller one is a younger figure, and it's like with father and son, or uncle and nephew, or grandfather and grandson. The older one is standing beside the younger one, and obviously they're hunting, and the younger one's going to take a shot. And it's kind of like with life. It's all the lessons that the older one has taught them throughout their life. And now it's time to not interfere with them and let them make the choice of what they're going to do. And if you really look close, the younger one is kind of aiming one way, and then it's like all of a sudden something catches his attention, and he's like looking. So he comes at this kind of fork in the road where he has to make a decision, and so that's why I called it Lifeways, because it's just like in life, you know, you have to be confident in the parent or grandparent that you've taught them well, and that they're going to carry on all the teachings and make good decisions. And that's all I have. Thank you to everyone.
The fifth classification is sculpture, and the 2022 winner is Ryan Benali from Germany.
Hello, I'm Ryan Benali. I'm Navajo, and I'm a sculptor in stone and metal. And the piece is, the title of the piece is called Bold as Love. And, you know, love is in our hands, love is in our heart. Sometimes it can come and go, but it's always in our heart, and it's always infinite. And so the piece is made out of Italian marble and granite, and it had taken me about 11 to 12 years. It was cut off of a large 8-foot life-size sculpture that I did, and it was the bottom of that big block, and I had to cut it, and for my commission to stand up, and so that was the bottom of that 4,000-pound stone. And so that was part of the whole process of creating something from something that's like that, but then also envisioning whatever it is within my mind's eye. And so Bold as Love is what I created for this year. So I appreciate SWAIA and all the sponsors and volunteers, and for all of us artists to have a good market and to be safe. So thank you very much.
Our sixth classification is textiles. And our 2022 winner is Akima Honyamtua Hopi.
Thank you very much. I'm honored and humbled to accept this award. I do textiles, Pueblo textiles. As you can see, the white one, I have diamond and diagonal twills on the textile, with the hills and valleys is what we call it, with the ribs going across. And I do mostly textiles and paintings. I have the paintings right here. And I do a lot of Hopi textiles that are, you know, all of it. I do all the textiles, which is the capes, the dresses, the men's, the kilts, all of that. And I'm gonna have models modeling the dresses in this year, and I want to enter the fashion show on Sunday. And I'll have girls modeling this dress and 2 other dresses that I have made. And my booth is on College Road 275. So if you want to come check out my booth and the models that I'm going to have walking around wearing the dresses. And, you know, I have the belts, you know. One is wearing a traditional dress, another one is wearing the white one, and then I have a black on black dress, which is more of the Pueblo style here in New Mexico. Most of the mantas are black on black. But at Iaia, where I'm from, my name is Akima, by the way. I'm from Third Mesa, from Iaia, the old Iaia, on Rattlesnake Clan. So I do all the textiles. I do weavings, I do farming. I even make the architectures, the old Hopi style houses. I make those too as well. So now that I'm mastering the textiles, I have to move on to new things, which is architecture. And that's what I want to start making is, you know, the old style housing. And anything textiles I do. So if there's any questions, you know, come to my booth and I can tell you all about what we do, what the meanings are. You know, this is mostly Pueblo style, you know, dresses with the twills. And I want to thank everybody for showing up and participating with all the artists. You know, everybody, there's a lot of good work in here. So I appreciate that, and I want, you know, everyone to sell out. You know, we want people to buy. We need to make that money. When we get paid, it's like we're all getting paid. So we need to share the wealth. I want to thank everybody for coming. My brother right here for helping. My mom over here, I don't know where she went. But I want to thank everybody for coming and being a part of the 100-year anniversary.
Today's 7th classification is Diverse Arts, and our 2022 winner is Glenda McCain.
Thank you for letting me be here for a prestigious award. I did the full-size walrus harpoon. Everything's done by hand. I do all my art and carvings with knife slots and sandpaper, and it's actually a working piece. I did the rope on it. I shaved the seal hide and cut all the lines to do a 4-strand braid rope, and there's about 36 feet on it. And then I did the float with an actual hunter mask for the plug, so that he's watching the parade to make sure it doesn't get away from us. But I do all traditional art from Alaska, and I don't know what else to say. I'm very nervous, but thank you very much for having me here.
Okay, so today's 8th classification, beadwork and quill work. Our 2022 winner is Juanita Growing Thunder Fogarty.
My name is Juanita Growing Thunder, and I'm so honored to be here. This is my 37th year at Indian Market. And generational artist. And the first thing that I want to say is I forgot to put that my daughter helped me with my piece. And it's a horse collar, and she is a student, it's her second year at Iaia, and she has class today. And so I want to acknowledge Cameron Growing Thunder. And the title of our piece is Walking This Good Way of Life Together. And it's mostly quill work. And I had her, this is how we teach our youth through helping us and stuff. And this is how we are going to carry on our cultural traditions. And I can't believe I'm so nervous. I wanted to say that the designs on it came to me organically as I started working on it. I don't pre-plan what I'm working on. And what the designs are wapay washdamana, and it's sweet leaf. And so when I was working on this, I was praying for our generation, our future generations, to really find good partnerships in life and to walk this good way in life together. And that's my hopes and my dreams for this, our future, our children. And I thank everybody for this honor. And congratulations to 100 years of SWAIA. I love Indian
The next classification, number 9, the 2022 winner of basketry is Jeremy Clark.
Hello, everybody. It's 100 years. Just been thinking about that. And, I just think of all the lives changed in 100 years of this market, and I think of that because of how much it's changed my life. I'm really proud to be up here. My piece is called Dawnland. I'm from Maine, and we consider ourselves the people of the dawn. And I named it because of that, because of the coloration. My work is sort of a story of growth from when I started until my very last basket. And this is a piece in that story. Every piece kind of tells a story of basically what I'm doing, where I'm going, and it's all about design and kind of turning a traditional ancient art form into a contemporary piece of work. And that's really what I've always tried to do. And yeah, it's made of ash, sweetgrass, and some dye, and I harvest everything myself, process everything myself, and I'm just really happy to be here, and I'd love to see you guys come by and check out the rest of my work sometime.
So the 10th classification is Youth Artist age 17 and under, and 2022's winner is Toby May Patricio from Acoma.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Toby May Patricio. I am 17 years old and I am from the Pueblo of Acoma. I am currently attending I am currently a senior at the Santa Fe Indian School. And I just want to congratulate all the winning artists for this 100th year. And I don't know where to start, but I just want to start off by saying I am very honored to be here today, receiving this award. Let's go back to when I was first interested in making pottery. I was just a little girl watching my father, Robert Patricio, making and painting pottery, and I wanted to learn. He always gave me a ball of clay, and I would always try to make something. Back then, I would just make animals. As I got older, I realized that I could be like him someday. I look up to him for everything, and here I am winning the Youth Best of Classification. Not only am I making him proud, but my mom as well. I never knew this is somewhere I would be. I have grown in making and painting pottery. I have improved and have more confidence in myself. I tried some new designs, but also some of the designs that my dad paints. He asked me what I wanted to paint on the pot, and I told him that one. I said, that one that looks like a basket design. And his response was, "Are you sure you want to paint that?" And I said, "Yeah." I was thinking in my head as he told me this, and I said, I want to challenge myself to be a very good maker and painter. It was funny because as I was finishing up painting this pottery, my dad told me, "Dang, you paint like me. I better watch out." And I laughed and said, "Do I really paint that good like you?" And him and my mom told me I did. The design on my winning piece is one my dad came up with. I start off by hand coiling my pot, putting on 2 layers and building it up like a cylinder. I wait until it gets dry. I use a gourd to make the shape of it. Once I get the shape and it completely dries, I put a white slip and polish it. Then I section off the pot with the pencil and make my marks. Once that's done, I start putting in the orange first and finishing up with the brown paint. The brown paint is consisted of rocks collected from the river and wild spinach boiled, dried, and hardened. There's 2 types of orange on the pot I have painted. To me, I compare them as the sunrise and sunset. The orange represents the sun, the black represents mountains and clouds. The whole pot represents Mother Earth. I hand coil my pot, All materials used in my pottery come from the earth. Yesterday, when I got the call from my dad, I was on the bus coming back from a class trip. And at that point, I was like, does my dad not know I'm still in school, or did something happen? When he told me I had won, I just wanted to scream with joy, but I couldn't because I was on the bus, and at that point, I knew I made my parents proud because I challenged myself to do better. My mom had then called me after school, and that's where I was excited, and I screamed a little because I wasn't on the bus. I was by myself. We both shed some happy tears. To this day, my dad has inspired me to make pottery, and no matter what I do, I know I can do it. To all the parents that are artists, please encourage your children to take interest in your art, because every child is an artist. Encourage them to do their best and have patience in teaching them. To all the youth artists, keep pushing yourself in the things you love to do. No matter all the trial and errors, in the end it all pays off. Lastly, I am thankful for my amazing parents for pushing me to get better and at the things I love to do. And thank you to SWAIA. Thank you.
Shed a tear. Wow. You know, I just want to say before we announce the best of show, it is the youth that we have to be investing in. You know, and I just think it was amazing how you've encouraged all of us to keep that at the forefront of our minds. Thank you so much. Drum roll. And now we are excited to announce our Centennial Best of Show winner and the recipient of our $30,000 prize. This year's Best of Show winner is Potter Russell Sanchez.
I don't know what to say, but thank you. Thanks to SWAIA, and especially thanks to all the potters that have come before me, all the artists that have created the markets. This piece is a dedication to all the work they did, all the efforts they put in, all the things, the trials, tribulations they've gone through to get here. So I just know what else to say. Thank you very much.
And now I would like, we're going to do some special awards, and so I would like to introduce to you Dr. Robert Martin, who will be issuing the Iaia Alumni Award.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you to SWAIA. And congratulations on your centennial, and it's been 100 years of providing opportunities for Indian artists, and many of those have been our students and our alums, and so we're grateful for that. So thank you very much. It's always a challenge with a number of our alums in Indian Market, so we did have a committee, and we're going to present this award to one of our MFA graduates from 2005. She majored in studio arts, MFA in studio arts with a concentration in photography. You're probably familiar with her work. You've probably seen her photography all over the country and in museums and galleries throughout the world, but I'd like to call Carol Romero to the stage. And so of course, her work and her process, and of course her husband is here, Diego, he's one of our alums as well. And so for Carol. Thank you, Carol. Congratulations.
Thank you to everybody at Iaia for this special award. Iaia means so much to so many of us. I went to school at the University of Houston before I ran off to art school here in Santa Fe. And when I arrived, I had never been to any other reservation besides my own, which is really rural, out in the middle of the Mojave Desert, California. And I came and I met a new family of intertribal people from all over the United States, Alaska, and we're still all friends and family to this day. Some of them are from decades before that watch the younger ones come up and help each other, and some of them are my age watching the younger ones come up now and helping the emerging artists from the Institute of American Indian Arts. It is a place that changes many of our lives, and it brings us together in a way where we can see ourselves and find our voices as Native people to become the artists that we were meant to be. It fosters leadership, it fosters love, and family. So thank you so much for this very special award, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
And next special award I would like for Native American Art magazine, Michael Clausen, to please come up and give the Editor Choice Award for Excellence.
Thank you, Kim, and congratulations to you and to SWAIA on this centennial. On behalf of Native American Art and International Artist Publishing, we are very happy to honor what we think is a really wonderful piece this year. It is a beaded portrait, framed beaded portrait against a beaded, wonderful beaded ledger, piece of ledger art. And the artist is Karis Jackson.
We also had a special award by AARP that will actually be issued at a later time. The last thing that I would like to say before everybody gets ready to leave, Tom Teagarden, can you please raise your hand? This is another board member. This is his last Indian market as a board member. So I would just like to honor you, Tom, for all of the service that you've provided for SWAIA. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining us today. Before you leave, we have with the purple tri-stand that is there, those are the live auction pieces that will be featured tomorrow night at our gala. Thank you for every artist who donated to us for this special event. And again, we'd like to say congratulations to all the winners. And also a big thanks to all of the sponsors. Joanne and Bob, thank you. I thank you. And so now we will be moving this ceremony to our lunch that is catered by Cowgirl, and it will be out here in the courtyard. So you guys, thank you so much. We've appreciated each and every one of you. Thank you.